Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 of my favourite mods that you can use in a mostly vanilla playthrough, aka mods that don't really interfere with the main gameplay, but they're more for utility, like just because they're convenient and easy and it makes things simpler. Now all of these mods work with Forge, and all of them have been updated to 1.16.1, so they're all up to date, so you can use them in your latest playthrough with the Nether update and all that. Now the first of the 3 mods that I'm going to show you is one that I'm going to have to die for to demonstrate. Basically, it is a mod that whenever you die, you get given this piece of paper. And this piece of paper comes with this, which is your death info that tells you your name, the dimension you're in when you died, the time when you died, and the location of it. Also it has a mini little U just for help, I don't know. But basically what it does is it leaves a grave here, and if you break that grave you'll be able to get any items that you had on you at the time of your death. So basically what it does is it stops your items from despawning and makes sure they don't get destroyed in lava or anything like that. So it's a pretty handy little mod. Like, you could do the same thing with keep inventory on, but this way it's not quite as easy as that is. You still got to go and get the items back and everything, and if you fall into the void you still lose all your items, so still be careful. The next mod is a storage type mod called Iron Chest. Basically what it does is it adds a whole lot of different chests of different types, and all of them, including the copper chest, has more storage than the typical wooden chest. For example, copper has 9 by 5 rows, the iron chest has 6 by 5, and the silver has, well, more, gold has even more than that, diamond has the most, and glass, well, crystal and obsidian actually have the same amount as the diamond. However, you shouldn't think that that makes those two useless, because despite these 3 having the same amount of storage, they have different properties that can make them quite useful. For example, the obsidian is hard to break, and of course blast resistant. And of course we can't forget about the ultimate, the best, the dirt chest. Yes, it's so useful. Now these are all obtainable except for the dirt chest, I think, in normal survival mode. What you want to do is you want to craft these upgrades, and then you can use it to upgrade a wood to iron, an iron to gold, a gold to diamond, and then a diamond to obsidian. Or you can do different ways, it doesn't matter. But the point is, they're really handy for having extra storage space in a smaller enclosed area, so you don't have to make a huge storage area for all your items. Now the last of the 3 mods that I'm going to show you today is a mod known as the Waystone mod. Now what this basically does is it gives you these monolith looking thingies that you can craft, and what you do is you basically just put them down and then you tap on them and it activates the Waystone and allows you to teleport between any other activated waystone instantly. So it's basically just a warp mod. Now I'm sure I don't have to explain why warp stones would be so useful in your survival gameplay, because they're relatively cheap to make, but they're like super useful. I've always hated when in the late games of any survival game you have to travel thousands of blocks, sometimes tens of thousands of blocks, just to get to a mesa to pick up some terracotta or to go somewhere, and it's just so inconvenient because it can sometimes take up to an hour to travel somewhere that you've already been. But Waystones of course eliminates that problem. Now the Waystones mod doesn't just add Waystones, it also adds these 4 items: the return scroll, the bound scroll, the warp scroll, and the warp stone. Now I'll first focus on the first 2, the return scroll and the bound scroll. basically work the same way. What you want to do is you want to click it on one of the warp stones, and basically it just binds the scroll to that warp stone so that you can use it wherever you are, no matter where in the world you are, to warp there instantly using up that scroll. Now the reason why these two are different is because you can have as many bound scrolls to different warp stones as you want, but all return scrolls will be bound to the same warp stone. Now the warp scroll, however, is different. Unlike with these two, when you use them you instantly get teleported to the waystone it's bound to. The warp scroll basically allows you to choose between any of your warp stones that you have activated, so you can go to any of them. Now, all three of these are single-use items. Once you've used them in survival, they're gone. However, the warp stone is differently. What it does basically is the same as the warp scroll. However, rather than being used up once you've used it, instead it has a cooldown period of 5 minutes or 300 seconds before you can use it again, meaning that if you have a couple of these, you could teleport instantly. And in fact, you really only need one of them, because if you need to teleport more than 5 minutes at a time, then well, you're probably going around too much. Now, all three of these mods are quite well known, so I wouldn't be surprised if you've heard of one, two, or even all of them before. However, they are not the best advertised, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I've left a link to all three of the mods below, just in case you want to download it. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a dislike. If you wanted to say something good or even bad about the video, please comment it. Subscribe if you enjoyed it, or unsubscribe if you hated it and you already were subscribed. But either way, thank you for watching, and goodbye.